Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. 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 Alright, what's going on? Am I live? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay. Jesus. Alright. And I ain't even put the thumbnail. I ain't even put the thumbnail up there because man, it's alright. Oh, Jesus. Ah, it's alright. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. He's working hard. He's working hard, bro. Bro on overtime mode right now. Look, I ain't even got the scripture up here. Oh, Jesus. Alright. I ain't got the Bible up here yet. Yeah, he working hard. Alright, well at least it sound good. At least I'm not choppy. I got bro working overtime right now. At least it's not choppy. I'll take that. I'll take that. I can fix everything as I go. I can fix everything as I go. That's light work. That's light work. Uh Boom. Let's get this stuff set back up. I apologize, people. So I had to I had to reset the whole computer, cut the Wi-Fi off, plug in plug in the Ethernet cable so that I can be tapped into the internet hardwire. So I'm hardwired in now. Now we gotta set everything back up. Hey, look, bro don't want this information coming out. And I was laughing with B. I was laughing with B. It's like working at Pepsi and then trying to go to Coca-Cola. They don't want you to give out them trade secrets. You know what I'm saying? They don't want them trade secrets to come out. But guess what? It's gonna come out anyway. The only way he's gonna be able to stop me from doing this is that he's gonna have to shut my whole computer down. Good luck. I don't. And if that happens, then you know. Then you know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know. See, yesterday, I don't know. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Ma. Ephesians chapter 6, 13 through 17. We gonna get back to that one. Uh, so if y'all don't know about yesterday, right? Yesterday we was working. Yesterday we was working. We was but like I said, we barely got out of Genesis. We was running through it. I was only like 45 minutes in. We got done Genesis, and then boom, I had to go pick up my daughter out of nowhere. And I was just saying, bro. I was just saying, like he would he The devil will use any tactics necessary to derail you or stop you from doing something, you know, and boom, that's what happens. And it doesn't even have to be him himself, he can use other people as well. That doesn't make these people bad. It doesn't make these bad people. It just you know this is the same way the Lord will use a person to get his point across to you is the same way that the devil will use a person to get his point across to you. And his point is to cause chaos, destruction, distraction, something that's gonna make you fall back into your old patterns. Oh, best believe yesterday I was upset. I was really frustrated yesterday, bro. Like that joint because one, we was on a roll. You know what I'm saying? And if I had known that I had to go get her, I would have waited till after I got her to do the live, so I know that I would be stationary for a period of time. See, I didn't know that it just fell in my lap like that, and it's like, what am I supposed to do? I got the people on here listening. I got all these talking points, but see, what I did was I was talking to brother B, and I was laughing. I was laughing because one, we had just started talking about this, and and I told him bro got less than 24 hours, cuz I'm coming right back. I'm coming right back smack dab on here to repeat the same information. I'm not playing no games. Not playing no games. We gonna get this information out. We gonna get this information out, and there's nothing he can do about it. You know, he gonna he gonna want to stop it, but one way or the other, this information is gonna come out because people need to people need to understand. And I in the last live, I was trying to remember what Smitty had said, and it wasn't till I had got off the live that I remembered what he said. And what he said was, how do you know if it's God or the other one talking to you? So that was what I was trying to refer to. And you see how it works. All he all buddy doing all buddy doing is delaying the inevitable. You ever heard that saying, like delaying the inevitable, where no matter how much you prolong and no matter how much you try to take your time and beat around the bush, that joint's gonna get done one way or the other. Well, yeah, that's all he did was delay the inevitable. And we gonna talk we gonna talk about that. How do you know if it's God talking to you? Uh-huh. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how you know. I'm putting the question in the chat. How do you know if it's God talking to you or the other one talking to you? All right, I'm putting it in the chat because that's a good question. You know, that's a real good question. So before we get there, let's go ahead and start this from the 10 now. Yeah, you know how they say, "Hey DJ, bring that back." Yeah, that's what we ready to do. We ready to run this. We ready to run it right from the 10 now. Yeah, man, we ready to run this right back, and we're gonna start getting to these points because one thing's one thing's for certain, two things for sure. You can't stop. You can't stop what God got going on. You can't stop what God got going on. I mean, no matter how much you try to make it a dark place, the light will always be greater. Remember I told y'all I had that verse and I couldn't remember what it was. Before we start, before we start in Genesis real quick. Let's go ahead and swing. Let's go swing the Romans real quick. Romans chapter 8. Chapter 8. I think it was 20. Chapter 8. I wrote it down. Where did I write it at? Got my handy dandy notebook. I could have sworn. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I could have sworn I wrote this down somewhere. What verse is that? Dang it, I done did it again. No, I didn't. Alright, I did got it. I'm not in the right chapter. Not chapter 8. My apologies. Romans chapter 5, verse 20. Okay. Alright, boom. Now, uh, this guy, boy, I'll tell you, I'll tell you. Mm. This guy's too funny. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. All right, chapter 5, verse 20. Moreover, the law entered that the offense might abound, but where sin abounded, grace abounded much more. That's what I was trying to get to y'all the last time. No matter, no matter where sin abounds, and no matter where darkness is at, yeah, man, grace and God will always abound much more. So he can do whatever he want to do. He can cut all the lights off. But guess what? That doesn't mean I'm with him. That's why God tells us to fear not. That's why God tells us to fear not, because I'm with I'm with God. That's why God tells us to be courageous and strong, because I abound with Him in His grace. So no matter how hard it may look, that's light work. It's light work, baby. Yeah, man, that ain't nothing. You can't. He can't stop nothing, because one, I'm a witness of the light. So I'm forever guarded. I'm forever covered. More, moreover, the law answered that the offense might abound, but where sin abounded, grace did much more abound. Gotta laugh. I gotta laugh at him. That's all I can do is laugh at. Nice try, buddy. Aha, jokes on you. Jokes on you, my guy. Cause you thought you did something, but all that did was light a fire under me to make me want to do this even more. And if you know about Virgos, we persistent. You ain't gonna just stop us. You ain't gonna just rain on our parade. That ain't how that works over here. So, so boom. Let's go ahead and get into this good Genesis topic. All right. So, there we go. Had to get my talking points up real quick. All right. Genesis 3, chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was much more cunning than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said to the woman, has God indeed said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said to the serpent, we may not eat the fruit of the trees of the garden. We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God said, you shall not eat it, nor shall you touch it, lest you die. Okay, so what I said was, you know, this is this is the first way the devil will come and try to distract you and try to lay doubt in your head. Is by trying to make God uh look what I say inconsistent. Show show inconsistencies in which God is saying, in which God is doing. So he'll come. You might be out of a situation, but then he'll come in and he'll cause some doubt to play in your head to make you feel as though like this is not what God said. This is not gonna help you if God told you this. If God the what I say, He gives you doubts so that His word seems inconsistent with what was being said. Now, now, mind you, she didn't get this information from God itself. Okay, she got this information third party from Adam. So God told Adam, God told Adam to relay the message, and that this is what he recommended. He wanted. This was the rules that he wanted. So she went with it. Now, one we're seeing a relationship, but we're seeing two different kinds of relationship. We're seeing a relationship between God and Adam, and then we're seeing a relationship between Adam and Eve. Okay? So, although Eve was made from Adam, she didn't necessarily have that 100% connection with God the way Adam did. This is why, this is when we start reading more, this is why he didn't call Eve, he called Adam. Okay, lest you die. Verse 4. Then the serpent said to the woman, you will not surely die, for God knows that in the day you eat of it, your eyes will be open, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. Hold on, let me move this down for y'all. My bad. Boom. Verse 4. Verse, knowing good and evil. My fault. We in verse 6 right now. 5. Just did 5. 6. So so when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate. She also gave to her husband with her, and he ate. Now, now, as you can see, the serpent didn't come to Adam because the connection that Adam and God had. He would have known automatically, bruh, this ain't it, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And Adam would have went back and snitched. You know, he'd have dropped the dime. He knew Adam would have dropped the dime, like, hey, God, bro, you over here trying to tell me to eat from the fruit. That would have messed his whole plan up. So when they say cunning, that's a level of smarts that a lot of people don't have. You know, they say common sense ain't common. You know, she didn't have she didn't have that common sense. Not saying she was dumb. She just didn't have the common sense to go back and be like, "Hey, Adam, this is what's he's telling me this. Hey, we should double check this information." But no, what happened? What happened was she seen the tree. She seen the tree was good. It had fruit on there. It had food on there, and it was pleasant to her eyes. Now, when we look at see, this why you should have left me alone. This why you should have left me alone. Should just let me rock out, because when I read that part, I skipped over it. You know, I didn't even go into detail on that part, but we're gonna go into detail on that part specifically. You know, because I found it funny that when the verse says saw the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, then she had took of the fruit. Okay, now peep game. when we look at pleasant of the eyes, right? We look at pleasant of the eyes. Something is visually attractive or beautiful. Okay? Characteristics: attractive, beautiful, lovely, sightly, elegant, eye catching. Okay? Not once in this did the fruit the fruit that she ate was mentioned to be fulfilling. You get where I'm going? It wasn't meant. It didn't say nothing about being fulfilling. So, have you ever been hungry? Have you ever been hungry, right? And then say you eat a sandwich, but then it's like, okay, I ate that sandwich, but I can eat another one. I can make another one. It's not. It wasn't really fulfilling. Uh, or you're hungry and you make some salad or something, but then 30 minutes later or 10 minutes later, your stomach's still like, man, that joint ain't even sitting on my stomach. So what I'm what I'm saying is, she didn't eat the fruit to be fulfilled. She didn't eat the fruit because it was gonna sit on her stomach and she shall hunger no more. In this sense, I don't even think they understood what being hungry is. So she just ate the fruit because she wanted to, because because she knew that she wasn't supposed to, so she ate it because she wanted to eat it, because she wanted to see what it was. So she put her own desires into, and that's what it says. It was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be the and a tree to be desired to make one wise. So she ate that on her own. Like that was desirable to her. She wanted to see the effects was. She wasn't just good enough for with what she was able to eat. You got food in abundance, so you wasn't hungry. You just wanted to partake in it. Okay. Now, I came at y'all women yesterday, and I'm free to do it again today. We know a lot of women right now that's like this right here. You tell them don't do this, they go that way. You tell them don't do that, they go this way. You know what I'm saying? So where y'all get y'all non-logical thinking from, you get that from Eve. Y'all y'all don't be mad at again. Don't be mad at us. Don't be mad at us because y'all can't decide on what food y'all wanna eat, and every time y'all hungry, we be like, well, what you wanna eat? Because there's plenty of food out here for us to eat, but you just don't know because they eat for that. They eat for that. She couldn't just be happy with what she had. She had to go and get something else that didn't fulfill her needs. Cause it doesn't say it in here. It doesn't say it was filling to her. It says she only ate it because it looked good. She only ate it because it was pleasant to the eyes. Pleasant being attractive, beautiful, lovely, sightly, elegant, eye catching. So let's finish. Let's finish. Let's finish on. Let's finish on. Then the eyes. Oh, before we finish, before we finish on. So to my men, to my men, this why this right here, this right here explains to y'all why. Yeah, I mean, you can meet a woman and she can be your downfall. You meet the right woman, she should be your whole downfall. Have your nose wide open. Have your nose wide open. You know, because you see the beauty in her, but forget about, you know what I mean, the stuff that you have going on, the stuff that you need to do. You just see her and think that, okay, I'm a just go with what she's saying, and that's not how it was presented. It wasn't presented that you follow her. It was presented that she follows your lead. So no, the reason why you keep having all these crazy women and irrational women and stuff is because you want to take on the role of Eve and only be attracted to her because she's pleasant to your eyes. Adam not once thought about it and was like, why are you eating that? Who told you to eat that? Why would you why would you consume that when God told us not to? Where did you get that information from? He didn't question her. That shows the lack of leadership that Adam had because he was so focused on her that he lost his leadership role. He lost his role to be to be the leader of this garden because he was so and this happens in real life. This happens in real life. You meet that girl and she's like your kryptonite. Everything that you do, you're just trying to please her, but forgetting your role as the man. You a you a you a sucker for love. You a sucker for love. verse verse 7. Then the eyes of both of them were open. Then the eyes of both of them were open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves coverings. Verse 8. And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord amongst the trees of the garden. Here go the part I was talking about, verse 9. Now notice, in verse 9, what does God say? Then God called to Adam. He didn't call to Eve. He called to Adam and said to him, "Where are you?" Bruh. So he tested Adam to see to see if he really did what he was supposed to do. He already knew where he was at. He ain't even had to do all that. All he had to do was pop up and be like, "Why y'all over here? What are y'all doing?" But he wanted to see what Adam was gonna do. See, it was a test. So he said, "I heard your voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself." Now here go God, and he said, who told you you were naked? Because the only way you would have known that is if you'd have had the knowledge that you was naked. You've been living in here all this long time, butt booty naked. You've been walking through here freely amongst the beasts, the same way, butt booty naked. You ain't never once, yeah, I mean, hide yourself from me. You ain't never once do this. What would make you do this? Have you eaten from the tree which I have commanded you that you should not eat? Then the man said, then the man said, the woman whom you gave to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I ate. So there you go, sucker for love, sucker for love. Instead of standing on your 10 toes, you know, you would let you would get this woman and let this woman dictate to you how you supposed to be. You wouldn't step up and and be the man that you need to be, but you would let her take you and derail you because you find her pleasant in your eyes, attractive, beautiful, lovely, sightly, elegant, eye catching. You would let her derail you instead of standing 10 toes like, hey, this is not what we doing. This ain't what God asked us to do. You on some other stuff. But we can't put that blame on solely on her because she didn't have the connection to God like Adam did. That's why he didn't call her, he called Adam. Verse 12. Then the man, no, 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 we already did that. We on 13. My fault. We on 13. Boom. Okay. And the Lord said to the woman, what is this have you done? The woman said, the serpent deceived me, and I ate. So you see it, no accountability for even one. Neither one of them asked, neither one of them, doubled back and was like, let me go check and clarify this. Neither one of them did that. And it says the woman said the serpent deceived me. Yes, the serpent deceived her because she was the weakest link. Like I said before, he knew he couldn't get to Adam. So what he did was he used somebody that was close to him to get to him. And and we see this in everyday life. We see this in everyday life. The devil, like B said, shouts out to my brother B, because the topic is the devil don't sleep. He don't sleep. So he looks for them weak points. He looks for them sly little shifts and the parts that's not covered, and he slips in there and delivers a sucker punch. You know what I'm saying? So seeing seeing that Eve's relationship wasn't as strong as Adam's, because Adam would have went back and told God. What he did was he went and tricked her. I had situation, and this is just an example of how he will use other people to get to you, to deliver these little punches to you, to make you believe that what God is doing, what God has for you, what God is doing for you, that it's not what it really is. Now, I talked about this before, and I had to apologize to to brother Scorch, because I didn't understand. I didn't understand what he was saying. And with me not understanding what he was saying, I was standing on ego and pride, which 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 what he was saying, he was trying to get me to understand something. But what I said was kind of taken out of context. And instead of me elaborating what I said, I seen what he had put in the chat, and then it's like stuff started coming to me. Oh, he trying to play you. Oh, oh this, oh that. Oh, you gonna let him talk to you like that? Now, mind you, with that situation, with that situation, I was at church the Sunday before this happened, and I had all these emotions because my child had got baptized and stuff on her own. She got saved on her own, and I was talking to my uncle because my uncle seen that I couldn't stop crying, and he was like, bro, like that's a sign, bruh. Like the Lord's giving you a sign. Like you need to start moving. You need to start moving. Like he's showing you this for a reason. He put this out there for a reason for you. For you, he knows that you're 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 on the fence. He knows that you're on the fence. So what he's doing is he's showing you a sign so that you can come on, so that you can bring your tail on. He's basically I'm in the dark, and I referred to this in John. I was in the dark, and he used my middle child to be the witness of the light, and show me like, look, come on, it's better over here. So as I'm as I'm navigating my feelings and stuff, and I'm trying to get back right. Um, Friday come, and in my mind I'm like, I'm gonna go get saved. I'm gonna reconcile my relationship with God and stuff like that. And I'm gonna start working for the Lord. The devil still sees this. The devil still sees this. Everything that you do, the same way God sees it, the devil sees it. And as I'm thinking about doing this, and as I'm trying to get my situation understood. Yeah, I mean, um, he sees this, and he sends me a distraction in through the chat, and it was telling me he was telling me like, yeah, see, these guys are so holy, but look how they talking about you. Look how they talk bad about you. Look how they trying to play you. You know, they ain't they ain't holy. You gonna be just like these guys, you know. And it was like kind of like uh um, it was kind of like I didn't want to go do it now. Like it kind of put me in a position of where as though like, man, I shouldn't even go do this. You know what I'm saying? But I knew that I had to. I knew that I had to. So when when I had got off the live. I had got off the live. I told him, I was like, bro, I gotta get out of here, bro, because I, f- I was feeling those negative spirits and stuff trying to attach to me. I was feeling them negative spirits, and this goes back to Smitty's question. How do you know? How do you know if it's God talking to you or the other one? Well, one thing is God won't tempt you. He's not going to tempt you. We're going to get to that verse a little bit later. He's not going to tempt you. He's going to give you a sign, and it's on you to take the sign, to take what he's giving you. The same way, the same way when my child was getting baptized, I had all those emotions and stuff like that. He didn't tempt me to want to Like, yeah, come on over here, come on over here, do this, do that. He didn't tell me. What he did was he showed me. He showed me. But here it is that the dude said what he said in there, and now is I'm getting tempted to crash out. I'm getting tempted to say something. Go say something. You should go back up there and say something. You should make it all about you, and so knowing there's different signs was important. And when uh when I had got off of there, I started not to watch it. Like I was ready to just go straight to bed and be like, man, forget that, bump that. And when I had cut the phone off, something was like, bro, just finish watching. So I'm like, let me see what's going on. So I'm watching it. I had cut the phone back on. I'm watching it as I'm laying there, and brother Vaughn just started praying for me, like after it was going off and stuff like that. Everybody was giving their last words and stuff, and brother Vaughn took about an additional 30 minutes on a prayer for me, and it was so powerful. And if that was, and like I said, God doesn't tempt; He shows, and He showed that through the actions of somebody else. To like, hey, bruh, nah, you keep doing, go ahead, bruh. It's okay. Don't even let that. Don't. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Go ahead, bruh. You do what you was gonna do on Sunday. Cause I planned on getting saved on that Sunday, and he was showing me, go ahead, do what you gotta do, bro. It's okay. I mean, don't let this be the end all be all. Just because somebody says something, don't let that don't let that even let that roll off, and you good, bro. Trust me. So Brother Vaughn spent 30 minutes praying on me. And in there he was like, bro, that dude got a genuine heart, and God is using him. And God's gonna use him in a way that we probably don't even know that he's gonna, or he don't even know that he's gonna be doing this. He might be somebody out here that's out here doing, basically doing what I'm doing now. And 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 I'm like, dang, bruh, like he got that much belief in me, and I don't even have that much belief in myself like that at the time. That's how I'm feeling. So boom, I go get saved on that Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Just because I heard those words, and those words like resonated, and it felt so good to actually, be a part be a part of something. like I've been a part of a lot of negative stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm running from myself. I'm running. But when I couldn't run no more, it was like, what you gonna do, bro? You know? So boom. What I'm saying, what I'm saying is, when you at your weakest points, and when you tired, and when you think you can't go no more, I mean, God finds a way to give you that second gust of wind. He finds that second wind for you to keep pushing. And if you don't take those second winds, and you don't, roll with those second winds, then you leaving your vulnerability up for the devil to keep control of you opening up that door for those spirits to latch themselves onto you and hold you back and keep you from doing certain things. So so like, you just, oh man, you gotta you gotta keep that shield up. You gotta keep that armor on, and that's why I put the Ephesians 6:11. Put the armor on of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, because he's he don't sleep, he don't get tired, he don't take days off, he don't go on vacation. He finds joy and pleasure in causing chaos and destruction. He finds joy in that. He finds joy in when you when you when you want to do good, but then go back to your old habits. He don't like when you talking like how I'm talking. He don't like when you putting God first. He don't like that. I said this. If God tells you that your enemy, hey, over here, sit down. If you're the world and of the flesh, you're an enemy of Him. What you think is gonna happen when you start moving in God? You start moving, you know, with the Lord and using the Lord how you supposed to. Well, you're an enemy of the devil. He don't want you doing that. He don't want that. So you gotta stay protected at all time. You gotta stay protected at all time. Now, where we at? We at verse 13. Verse 13. And the Lord said to the woman, what is this have you done? The woman said, the serpent deceived me and I ate. So the Lord said to the serpent, because you have done this, you are cursed more than all cattle, and more than every beast in the field. On your belly you shall go, and you shall eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put an enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise he shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. To the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your sorrow. Okay? So we're gonna look that part up real quick. I'm gonna greatly multiply your sorrow. God spoke to Eve after the fall of man. It's crazy. It's crazy that said that like that, because that's what I didn't even I just wrote that. I just wrote that the lust of the woman is the downfall of man. I just wrote that. You know what I'm saying? Cuz that's what was in my head. And it's funny how when I put that in there, that joint says it is spoken by God to the woman after the fall of man. Oh, jeez, that's funny. Describe the consequences of her actions. Okay, so so the multiply your sorrow is the increase of pains. Okay, so I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. In in pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. Okay, so I laughed at y'all yesterday. Yeah, I mean because because you know a lot of women will blame the man for ruining their body and and look what you done to me and and I was like this. I was like this in my high school pictures, but now look at me because of what you did to me. No, 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 no. I didn't do that to you. Eve did that to you. So for now on, y'all can't blame us for y'all indecisiveness. Y'all can't blame us for for all those children that hurt when it came out and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We can't you can't blame us for that no more. You gotta blame Eve. So when you on that table, you giving birth and it hurts so bad, do not do not look at your husband and be mad at him. Go back into your mental and think about why it hurts. And why it hurts is because of Eve and what she did. You should be thanking her. Every time that mean something goes on, you should be thanking her. Cause it's not our fault. It's not our fault. Alright. Alright. So so let's move let's move on so we can get through this. I got a lot of talking points here. So okay, I went to Peter yesterday. I went to Peter yesterday. Yesterday we started at Peter, First Peter. So we going to First Peter, First Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Okay, so uh, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. So First Peter. You know I gotta get my book. You know I gotta pull it up in my book. 1736. You know I gotta pull it up in the book. Yeah, that's what we got the book for. Plus I like my book. Thank you, mama. My mama got me this book. Mama got me this book. Worry about my book. Mama got me this. All right. Verse 8, 5, 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Okay, so this is what I was referring to on the last one before that fool wanted to try to shut me down. We he's like a lion on a B-ball. Go back where you came from, bruh. He's like a proud. He like a lion on the prowl. He waiting. He waiting to attack, bruh. He and and if you know, lions are ambush. Lions are ambush hunters. You know, they're ambush hunters. They're not really a, a hunter that just runs straight down on you to try to get you. What they do is they stalk their prey. They stalk them. You know, they get low, and then they wait till they unexpected, and then they jump out on them and pounce on them and stuff like that. They're ambush hunters, and it's crazy that they refer to them as that because it just lets you know the characteristics of the person that you're dealing with. The person. Shout out Smitty in the building. He he waits for the most opportune time. The most opportune time is when you're at your weakest. Is when you're in doubt. Um when you have those doubts that the Lord is with you, and yeah, he waits till you're out that hedge of protection from the Lord. You know, we we talked about this. The Lord never leaves nor forsake. It's not the Lord that does that. It's you that do that to the Lord. You leave out the hedge of protection because you want to go do stuff on your own. You want to be wise in your own eyes, and then wonder why you're being attacked. Wonder why spirits is hanging on to you. Wondering why wondering why you're finding yourself more and more into what's in the world and what's of the world, and living in that flesh life. You wonder why this is happening. It's because you done left that hedge of protection. You started doubting the Lord, and putting your own uh explanations and stuff on what it is that's happening. So so with that being said, you have to realize that once you once you leave once you leave that place, you have a person who's stalking and waiting for your lowest times, waiting for your weakest times. You know, once you leave a certain once you leave that part of your life behind, is it's the devil who talks to you and reminds you of that time. So you might you might be getting attacked in a way that he's reminding you of what it is that you was trying to get away from, and you're wondering why you keep having these thoughts, and you keep having these feelings, and that you just want to go back. That's because you're being attacked. You're not you're not in that hedge no more. You're letting these you're letting him pick away at your defense. You're letting him barrel these thoughts and these doubts in your mind, so that you fall victim to what he's saying. So that you fall victim to what he's saying to you. He don't sit there. He don't sit there and just come straight at you with stuff. He sits there and he waits till you are at your weakest, or you done let your guard down. Uh, let's go to James real quick. Let's go to James. James chapter 1:13. All right, so we're gonna go to James chapter 1:13. I think we're gonna go to 13 through 18. I think that's what I got on there. James is in the New Testament. James is in the New Testament, right before First Peter. James chapter 1:13. All right, so we gonna go to 12. We're gonna go up to 12. Okay. Blessed is the man who endures temptation. Okay, that's the first thing. The first thing it says, blessed is the man that endures temptation. Okay? We're gonna be tempted. We're gonna remember I said the Lord doesn't tempt you, he shows you. He shows you certain he shows you certain things, and when he shows you these things, he expects for you to understand and move on them things. It's like he showed my daughter, my middle daughter, getting baptized, and he showed me the power of what it was doing. So it made me like, okay, this is what I need to do. But then I was getting tempted to go backwards. So this goes to, like I said, Smitty's question. How do you know if it's God or the other one talking to you? Well, what is he telling you to do? Is he tempting you to do something, or is he showing you something? So blessed is the man who endures temptation. For when he has been approved, he will receive the crown of life which the Lord has promised to those who love him. Okay? So remember, I was telling you, I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful. I don't want of anything, and it's not saying that I have everything, but I have peace of mind. I have a life that is fulfilling because of God, because of Jesus. My 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 life is moving in a way that I am pleased. Verse 13. Let no one let no one say when he is tempted, I'm tempted by God. For, I, let no one say when he is tempted, I'm tempted by God. For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he nor does he himself tempt anyone. Okay? So if you think I was just saying that, I wasn't, because it says it right there in verse 13. He does not tempt anyone. God cannot be tempted, cannot be tempted by evil. Verse 14. Verse 14. But each one is tempted where he has drawn away by his own desires and intents. So so you're tempted, you're tempted by the desires of the world, by what you see outside in the world, by what you with material things that's eye catching, that's pleasing to the eye. And if you think that the devil won't tempt you with the stuff that you like, you're crazy. You're crazy. The same way, the same way y'all like to say the Lord knows my heart, and um the Lord knows me, you know what I'm saying? Well, guess who else knows you? Guess who else been with you your whole life and been prowling and watching and circling you your whole life? The devil. So he knows what desires you have. He knows what's pleasing to your eyes. He knows what triggers you. He knows what makes you sad, what makes you happy, what will make you cry. And guaranteed he will use these things against you any chance that he get. This is why verse 12 starts with, blessed is the man who endures temptation, who endures temptation, because the devil will tempt you in so many different ways to move and act and react a certain kind of way. He will react a certain kind of way, and this, it's on you to know when you're being tempted. It's on you to know that, okay, what this is, what was being said to me, and what who's talking to me, this is not, this is not what the Lord will say to me. This is not what the Lord will want from me. My uncle preached, know the answers to the test. You can't know the answers to the test if you don't have a relationship with God. So anybody, if you if you're tempted in a certain way to react a certain way, and you wonder why it keep happening and stuff like that, it's because, one, you probably didn't build your relationship with God strong enough to understand when he's talking to you and when he's not talking to you. Is this God talking to me, or is this the devil talking to me? Well, what is the characteristics of when they talk? Well, first of all, it says that God will not tempt you. He will not tempt you to do anything. He will show you. He will show you, but he won't tempt you. You only can understand these things by building that relationship. If not, everything is going to sound cluttered up. Everything's going to sound like something that God said, "Oh, God was talking to me the other day." How do you know that? What was he saying? Oh, he was saying, that I should go do this, and I should go do that. Well, how do you know that's what he was telling you to do? Did he show you that? Did he show you that in a way, nah, he was telling me, if I wanted to do this, I should go do this. Well, that sounds like somebody's tempting you. So you got to know the difference between if he's showing you something, or if he's tempting you. And we know that verse 13, James chapter 1, verse 13. Let no one say when he is tempted, I am tempted by God. For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone. Okay? Uh verse 4 verse 14. But each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires. Verse 15. Then when desires has conceived, it gives birth to sin. And sin, when is full grown, brings forth death. Brings forth death. Verse 16. Do not be deceived by do not be deceived, my beloved brethren. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and it comes down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow of turning. Everything, everything that's given to us, everything that we get is from God. Is from His grace. It's from us being obedient. It's from us having good faith, being in good works, not being tempted, rejection temptations, Rej- re, re, rejecting temptations, and understanding that God is there not to tempt us, but to show us. Um, uh, get down, get down, bruh, get down, bruh. Um, the next one we're going to, the next one we're going to, uh, oh, all right, so now that we got James up here, we talking about being tempted. I wrote this down. So the devil, the devil, it says the devil tempts people through the lust of flesh, which appears in physical appetites, lust of the eyes, which plays on desires for possession and worldly pleasures, and pride of life, which appeals to ego, self importance, and a sense of superiority. Okay? Let me read that again. Read that again. So when you asking yourself, is this God talking to me, or is this the devil talking to me? Well, let let's read this. and you ask yourself, are these characteristics right here, are these characteristics being told to you why you have why do you have these people, why you had this stuff talking to you and telling you to do certain things? Are these characteristics coming out? Because if these characteristics are coming out, then we know that you're being tempted by the devil and not being led or shown something by God. Okay? So the devil tempts people through the lust of flesh, which appeals to physical appetites, lust of the eyes, which plays on desires for possession and worldly pleasures, and pride of life, which appeals to ego, self-importance, and a sense of superiority. Okay, so these are the characteristics of which the devil tempts people. All right, so we're gonna go to we're gonna go to get down, bruh. I'm doing something. Relax. Cinnamon. Cinnamon. Down. Relax. I'm doing something. Second Kings. We're gonna go to. I'm not talking to you, Alexa. See what I'm saying? The devil, he even use devices to distract you. Don't they? You ever you ever was trying to do something, and then you picked up your phone and immediately got distracted by the stuff that was in your phone, and you just find yourself for 5 to 10 minutes looking at your phone about a whole bunch of nothing. That's 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 a way, that's the way the devil gonna use. He will use every tactic he can find, every tactic he can find to throw you off, to confuse you, to cause chaos. He'll use every tactic, even your devices. It's been plenty of times I went to go look up a Bible scripture or something, and as soon as I cut my phone on, yeah, I mean, I found myself looking at something else that didn't have nothing to do with why I even picked up my phone. And I got snapped back in reality, like, hold up, bro, no, 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 he trying to stop me. Like, bro, this joint trying stop me from doing something. Let me remember what I came on here for. Let me remember why I picked up this phone in the beginning. Second Kings, Cinnamon, get your tail over here, Cinnamon. I ain't gonna tell you again. Thank you. Second Kings. I talk to that dog like I talk to them kids. Daggone, she ain't nothing but a big kid. Second Kings, chapter 13, verse 21. That's what we going now. Second Kings, chapter 13, verse 21. I say 31. Oops. I meant 21. My fault. Verse 21. All right. So this right here speaks this right here speaks volumes, okay? It speaks volumes of the power of God. All right. It speaks powers because once once given once given powers from God and giving your life to God and being used for God and God using you for what he needs to, you know, those abilities they don't go. They the same way you say you got eternal life, you got eternal life, you have these forever. Okay? You have these forever. It's no oh, you fulfill whatever you fulfilled and that's what it is, you're done. No, 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 no. That's that's not that's not how it works. Okay? And it shows us that in this passage right here that through only through God that we remained who we are. We remain who we are. We remain with our abilities, our powers. We remain with him. Okay? So just listen to this. So it was as they were burying a man that suddenly they spied a band of raiders, and they put the man in the tomb of Elisha. And when the man was let down and touched the bones of Elisha, he received he received and stood up on his feet. Okay? So this dude was this dude was blessed. I I have to hold on, let me make sure this is a dude. I don't wanna call it I don't wanna call it me. Okay. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. I just want to make sure. I thought it was. So this dude this dude was blessed by the Lord, right? This dude was blessed by the Lord. And when he had a tomb, he was in when he was in this tomb, the Lord continued to bless these bones and his body while he was no longer physically on earth. And they let down a dead man into this tomb of Elisha. And the God touched the bones. Elisha didn't come to him, put his hand on his head, and say a long scripture, anything to revive this person. But he just touched the bones of Elisha and was revived and stood up on his feet. So the gift of God, bruh, is eternal. If I mentioned this before. I said, bro, you can't ask for a better 401k plan than what Jesus got, what God got for you. You can't ask for a better benefit package. But you got a benefit package from your job, from whatever it is. You got to be a certain age to receive it. You gotta be if you want this. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Wow, something back there going off on that game. All right, so you can't ask for a better benefit package than that, bro. Where you try to get benefits and stuff, you gotta fill out papers and you gotta hope you can get approved, and you might get approved, you might not. You you gotta wait a extensive amount of time for your benefits to come in, and like, bruh, you gotta do so much to get benefits, bro. You gotta be approved for benefits. But here God is telling you, like, bro, all you gotta do is just believe in me, put me in the center of your universe, believe in me with all your heart, put me first, and pray, have a relationship with me, bro, and I will give you everything you need. Not only that, when you pass away, you will continue to get these things. Have you ever got benefits through your job and was able to take them benefits from one job to the next job? You can't even take benefits from one job to the next job. Here God is saying, bro, you can take these benefits from earth into the next joint. These benefits are forever. They go with you wherever you go at. Wherever you go at, these benefits go with you. You can't ask for a better 401k plan than that, bro. Here he's touching bones of a deceased man, not flesh. He's touching bones, and still was able to get the power off of those bones. Man, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. That joint shows the power of God is eternal. And once given, you once given them, you forever covered. That's wild work. That's wild. That's some work right there. That's some work right there. I need my 401k plan to have that in it. Real talk. Real talk. I found that interesting. I know we're talking about how the devil don't sleep, but hey, working in the flesh, working in the flesh. Yeah, I mean, once old boy done using you, he done using you. He don't even need you no more. He completed his mission. He done with you. Here God said, man, I'll be forever working with you. I'll be forever with you. And old boy use and abuse you, throw you away. And y'all happy with that. That's wild work. That's wild work. I don't want nobody that's gonna throw me away. I need somebody gonna be there with me forever. Uh, let's go to we did we did matter of fact, let's jump to Job. Let's jump to Job real quick because my brother B had a great point with this one. He had a great point with. I almost forgot about Job. Mm. All right, Job, chapter 1. All right, so we gonna go to Job, and this is how this is how slick this devil is that we're dealing with. Right, show you how slick the devil is. Show you how slick this devil is. All right, all right. So verse verse 6. Now there was now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came along with them. Okay, so this is when he was already out. He had his time on. He was sent down on earth. You know what I'm saying? He he wasn't in there with God and all the rest of the kids. Okay, so now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came with them. And the Lord said to Satan, "From where did you come?" So Satan answered to the Lord and said, "From going to and fro on the earth, and from walking back and forth on it." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil?" And Satan answered to the Lord, Satan answered to the Lord and said, "Does Job fear God for nothing?" So, so what 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 uh what the devil's trying to do is discredit Job in this chapter, in this book. He's trying to discredit Job, all right? But we're not here for the devil trying to discredit Job and his obedience and humility and his faith in the Lord. We're not here for that part. We're here for the part that the devil is a chameleon. He takes on many forms. He takes on forms like it says in the descriptions that I read about how he likes to tempt. He takes on forms that is physically that appeals to physical appetites. He takes on forms that's lustful to the eyes. He takes on forms that plays on your desire for possession and worldly pleasures. He takes on forms that is prideful to life that hit prideful to the life which appeals to ego. He takes on forms that appeals to the ego and self-importance and a sense of superiority. So he's a master of deception. He's a master of shape shifting. He's a master of being a chameleon. And and when you read this, God call God calls all the sons to present themselves. The people that was the sons that was in there and stuff didn't even realize that Satan was amongst them. He didn't even realize that. Like none of them realized that. It took for God to point him out and be like, hey, bruh, what you do? Where you come from, bruh? What you doing? What you doing here, bruh? And Satan answering the Lord saying from going to the earth, from going, back and forth on the earth and walking around on it. Yeah, man, like, bruh, Rosa straight chameleon out here. He slid in nice, didn't he? And what will happen. This what will happen to you if if you don't have that relationship with God. If you're not hip to how the devil will play these games and stuff like that. If you're not hip to it, I mean he'll slide right in. He'll slide right in with somebody who's pleasing to your eyes. Hence a female. Hence worldly possessions and stuff. And he'll play on your egos. He'll play on your pride. He'll make you feel like you're the most important one, and the whole time you being used by the devil. He done manipulated you. He done got to you. He done deceived you. So I found this. B told me this. I found this one interesting as well. Because it just shows the power of the devil, and it just shows how far the devil will go. When you read the book of Job, Job was a faithful servant, but the devil even had God test Job to see what would happen. He he had God test Job for no reason. Job was out there living his best life, and the devil was like, "Hey, bruh, I bet you he curse you if you take everything from him. You only reason why I praise you is because you keep giving them stuff. You keep showing them that love and stuff. I bet you take everything from him. I bet you he curse you. God like word. Let's go ahead. Let's try this. Let's test this theory out. Then strip them of everything. But Job held strong. Job held strong. Showed that he had more faith in what God did, what God had for him than what the world had for him. Yeah, yeah. So, what's that? What you went and got? Flu shot? Yep, you gonna be sick. Stay away from me. Yep. Yeah, you is. Yeah, I don't know why you let your mama talk you into getting one of those. Yeah, you gonna be sick. Yeah, you is. All right, go ahead. See you later. Stay away from me, sicky. don't know why. Hey, bruh. She'll learn. She'll learn. She don't see. The crazy part is she don't see me or her mother do this. You know what I'm saying? She don't see me or mother do this, but hey, she let her mama talk into it. When she come up sick, don't be all in my face. I'm gonna rub that Vicks on you and I'm gonna get up out of there. I got work. Uh, uh, what else? What else? What else? What else we got? What else we got? Did we go to? Oh, okay. So, what I was saying before the child came in here and distracted me. We gotta understand the characteristics. We gotta understand. Um, he's out here not playing fair. We gotta understand that he's always on the prowl. So now let's talk about some ways. Let's talk about the ways of keeping him from getting to us, keeping the devil from being able to attack us. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get to the ways that the to keep the devil from attacking us, which is good in our everyday life. Matthew 4, chapter 4, verse 1. Oh, no, that's not the one. That's not the one. But matter of fact, while we here, it just goes to show you, you're not excluded. You're not excluded from these you're not excluded from being tempted. What you think you better than Jesus? You think you better than Jesus? If if the devil came to tempt Jesus, why wouldn't he tempt you? And he know how feeble minded y'all are. He know how weak y'all are. All he gotta do is show y'all a good time, and y'all be ready to break. Here it is, Jesus. Here it is, Jesus is in here it is, Jesus is in the wilderness. 40 days with nothing to eat. 40 days, 40 nights with nothing to eat. No water, nothing. He's just he just dry fasted out that joint for 40 days. And it just shows you, when you're at your wits end, and you at like your breaking point, and you think you can't go on, how he'll swoop right in. How he'll swoop right in on you. Let's read this. All right. Let's get into this. Then Jesus was led up by the spirits into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, afterward he was hungry. Now when the tempter came to him, he said, if you are the Son of God, command these stones to become bread. So first of all, he disrespecting. He disrespected. He came not to tempt them, but to test his character. Oh, bruh, you ain't really like that, bruh. You can't even turn this to that, bruh. Let me see you turn that to that, bruh. You can't be like that. You can't be who you say you is, else you'd have been able to do that. You'll try to disrespect my man's character. But he answered and said, it was written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. Then the devil took him up into a holy city, set him on the pinnacle of the temple. It, it said to him, if you are a son of God, throw yourself down, for for it is written, he shall give his angels charge over you. He shall give his angels charge over you, and there his hands shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. Jesus said to him, it is written again, you shall not tempt the Lord your God. Again the devil took him up on an exceedingly high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world in their glory, and said to him, all these things I will give you, I will give you, if you will fall down and worship me. bruh, bruh trying hard, ain't he? He over there begging now. Yo went from bruh, you can't do this, to now he over here begging. Then Jesus said to him, away with you, Satan, for it is written, you shall you shall worship the Lord your God, and him only you shall serve. Then the devil left him, and behold, angels came to minister to him. Bruh. So we just seen, we just seen all the characteristics that I'd have read from this devil. We just seen we just seen appeals to physical appetites. We just seen the lust of the eyes, which plays on desires for possessions and worldly pleasures. And then we seen pride of life, which appeals to ego and self importance, in the sense of superiority. All in all in 11, 11 verses. From 1 to 11, we just seen it that fast, bruh. What, like I said, if he would do this to Jesus, what makes you think you're Eddie special, that he won't he'll use one of these things. He'll give you worldly pleasures. He'll give you worldly pleasures. And y'all fall for that. Y'all fall. Y'all that we see it now. We see it now in these entertainers. We see it now in these entertainers. They get a little worldly possessions, and then now they done got it. They call they oh yeah, that boy signed to the Illuminati. That boy signed to this. That boy signed to that. Oh yeah, he done sold his soul. We done actually heard We done actually heard entertainers come out crying, talking about, so yeah, I sold my soul, and now, oh, I just wanna get back right with God, and man, beat it. You chose your side. You chose your side. Oh man, it's funny, bruh. It's funny. You know, you had you have options. You have an option. You right. You could go this way or that way. You could go this way or that way. It's cool, you know, but at the same time, the Lord is not forcing you. He ain't forcing you. He giving you that option to decide on your own. He giving you that option. So whether you want to do it or not, either way, His will gonna be done. He already told you. Either way, Thy will be done on earth or as it is in heaven. Either way, His will gonna be done. So y'all can y'all continue delaying the inevitable all you want, but it's gonna get done one way or the other. Whether it's through you or whether it's through somebody else, it's gonna get done. But let's go to what we here for, so we can start rapping. We can start wrapping this up. James, we're gonna go to James. We can we can start breaking down how to keep the devil from attacking you and keep the devil away from us. James 4, chapter 7. Submit yourself Submit yourself therefore to God. Resist the devil and he will flee away from you. Okay? Submit yourself. Building building that relationship with God. When stuff start getting hard for you. Start using God for what it is. When those voices start talking to you, you know is your ego or your pride, or if it's something that's tempting you. Being strong and being strong and resisting them temptations. Jesus. That's why you see me on here. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. That's why you hear me saying that so much. Is because I'm letting old boy know. I feel them spirits trying to latch on. No. I ain't on that side. I'm on Jesus' side. Jesus. Come get your boy. Talk to you. Come talk to your boy. Yeah, I mean, Jesus. Jesus. That's why I say it so much. I be at work all day long. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I mean, it ain't because I'm just saying it. No, it's because I know that when I'm there, I I feel the spirits, trying to work in certain kind of ways. I feel the spirits. No. Jesus, you're not getting to me. You're not getting to me. Nah, I got Jesus on my side. He's working. Okay. Uh, gonna go to Ephesians. Book of Ephesians. My mom, shouts out to my mama. My mama gave me this. My mama gave me this prayer. So, when we talk about armor up, and we're talking about, putting on that armor, putting that armor of God on. This is what it's referring to right here. This is what it's referring to. Ephesians 6:11. Putting on putting on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, the temptations of the devil, the attacks from the devil. Once you put it, oh gosh, you put this armor on, you'll be able to stop those. You'll be able to guard yourself from that. That's why I referred to about 300 picking up your shield and stuff like that. Old Moto couldn't hold his shield up. When you start dropping your armor and not picking up your armor, keep and putting it on day by day, you leave yourself vulnerable for certain attacks. You leave yourself vulnerable for certain attacks. Okay? And especially when you're going to places where it's it's people in there that's not where you're at. Not where you're at, not where you're headed at. They be the ones. Those places be the ones. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. Therefore, take up take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. 14. Stand therefore, having girded your wrist with truth, having put the breastplate of righteousness, putting on the breastplate of righteousness. Breastplate of righteousness. 15. And having shod your feet with the preparation of gospel of speech. Above all, taking the shield of faith, with which you will be able to quench all fiery darts of the wicked one. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. 18. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, being watchful to this end with all perseverance and supplication for all the saints. And if you want to keep going, if you want to keep going, there goes that ambassador talk again. And for me, the utterance may be given to me that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in chains, that in it I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. Okay? So we are ambassadors. Like I said before, we're ambassadors. We're the forefront. We're supposed to speak boldly. We're supposed to make this word clear so it's not a mystery. Yeah, I mean to people. We're supposed to speak this. We're supposed to speak this to the people. We're supposed to take up our shields. We're supposed to take up our sword, our wristbands, our breastplates, our helmet, and we're supposed to go out there and we're supposed to battle. We're supposed to battle against them dark. Put it down. Against them rulers of darkness in this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness. We're supposed to battle them, removing anything that is not God like out of our life. Uh I think that's it. I think that's all I got. So in order to keep the devil up off you, keep them fiery darts from hitting you, keep them them little slick shots from getting in there. I mean, we gotta stay armored up. We gotta stay armored up. We gotta stay praying. We gotta stay in the book. We gotta stay delivering the word. We gotta keep His word in our mouth, and we gotta speak it boldly, because that's the only thing that holds off those powers. That's the only thing that holds off the devil from being able to attach himself. It's the only way we remain uh safe safe from his attacks is that we keep those up. We keep the armor on. We uh we we endure through temptation, because as you can see, even Jesus was tempted 40 days, 40 nights without nothing, and he was able to endure through temptation. Here we getting we ain't even doing 40 days or 40 nights of a straight dry fasting, and we can't even endure certain temptations. So if Jesus can do it, we can do it, because we made in His image, and we have this book that helps navigate us, that helps keep that stuff away from us. Now that we know, now that we know, the devil tempts through lust of flesh, which appears in physical appetites, lust of the eyes, which plays on the desires for possession of worldly pleasures, and the pride of life, which appeals to ego, self-importance, and a sense of superiority. Now that we know that he doesn't sleep, he's like a lion prowling, waiting for his next victim to consume. Now that we know, now we know that he's just proud and waiting for us. We gotta be extra cautious now. We gotta be prepared at all times. We should go out there prepared. We should go out there prepared that we're gonna get looked at because he don't want us on the Lord's side. He wants us on his side. He wants us to slip in. He wants us to slip back and come back to what he wants us to be doing. But we gotta stay ever vigilant. We gotta keep the Lord's word in our mouths at all time. And we gotta speak it boldly with no doubt that really is this really what's gonna help us? That having that doubtful mind, having that double-sided mind. So yeah, that's all I got for this one. This was a good this was a good talking point from B. I definitely appreciate brother B for giving us this topic to talk about. Um oh, Wednesday we having Bible study Wednesday, the Bible study recap, and we're gonna be going over parables. If y'all want to join us, if y'all want to join us on Wednesday, and y'all want to be a part of that live, jump in, look up what parables are, find you a parable, and yeah, join us, join us. We can talk about it. We can break down. We can share. You know, I would like for everybody to be a part of the Bible study recaps because it's very enlightening. But yeah, that's all I got for this one. I gotta go. I gotta go look up more verses and I gotta go get more breakdowns and stuff. But I hope everybody at least learned something from this. My voice cracking. I hope I hope everybody at least learned something from this. Got something from this. And I'll see y'all Wednesday.